Welcome to Booked, Busy, and Building, the podcast for dreamers, doers, and everyday people making it happen. Whether you're building a business, a mindset, or a better version of yourself, this is your space to stay grounded, get inspired, and keep growing no matter how full your calendar gets. So if you're chasing your dreams and figuring it out as you go, this is your space to stay motivated and keep building. So tune in every week for new episodes. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Booked, Busy, and Building podcast. Today, we're going to be talking all about the power of being early, and I don't just mean being early to meetings or being early to trends, but early to your own success, because the truth is, the people who seem to have this overnight success or that blow up overnight were actually preparing for months, maybe even years before anybody finally noticed. And being early on your own timeline means you are not waiting for any validation from anybody else. You're not waiting for this perfect timing or this perfect moment. It means that you're already doing the work before the world claps for you. So in this episode, we're going to be talking about what it really means to stay ready and be ready before the spotlight, before everybody recognizes you, and why discipline and preparation really matter. Plus, how even something as small as waking up early can completely change your mindset, your productivity, and your energy. Tip number one is wake up early before the world does. This is one of my favorite things, and I could honestly talk about this for a very long time, and I could just ramble for hours, but I love morning routines and routines in general, but there is something so special that just cannot be replicated about your morning routine and what you do before the world wakes up. Last year, I started waking up at around 6:30, and I did this accidentally because I had to move my car before the street sweeper came, and it was at 7 a.m. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to just wake up early tomorrow, move my car. And when I was up, I was like, let me put on some leggings, let me put on a sweater and my sneakers and go on a walk, because if I'm already going to be awake this early, I might as well do something productive. And I love going on walks regardless. So I moved my car and then I went on a walk for an hour and I listened to either a podcast episode or some kind of YouTube video. And I was like, this is so life-changing. I want to do this every single day now. I came home, I showered, and I was in some new clothes and I was ready to start my day earlier than I normally would have. And this was a habit that I started last summer when I was living at my mom's. And since then, it has become a habit that is now built into my everyday routine that I do. And over this past summer, I also ended up reading the 5 a.m. Club book, and it was really, really good. And in that book, just hearing like how waking up early can really change your life and how you can get certain things done and just the benefits it has for you overall really inspired me now to start waking up between 5 and 5:30 and get a head start on my day. So I'm really, really, really loving that. But there is something about early mornings and how they build that momentum before the distractions hit throughout the day, which is a reason why I am such a big advocate for wake up early, get your things done, and have time for yourself before the rest of the world wakes up, before the emails come in, before the text messages, before the Slack messages. You get to have this undivided time and this attention all by yourself. And by waking up early, you are also setting the tone for the day instead of letting the day kind of control you. In the morning, you get to have that quiet, peaceful time. You get to plan, you get to reflect, and you get to just do things a lot more intentionally rather than throughout the day. I feel like a lot of the times we're rushing, we're doing things really quickly, we're kind of just running around and just doing things as they go. But when you really give yourself the time to just plan and reflect and do things with how you actually want to do it, it just can completely change the rest of your day. And a morning routine can even include journaling, doing your skincare, reading, doing things that you may not have the chance to do throughout later in the day, because obviously things happen. But doing this really builds that consistency over time, because once you start waking up early, I promise you it's going to be really hard in the beginning, but then once you get in that habit, you are really just going to start to love it and enjoy it. And I'm even going to recommend you guys try this out tomorrow, set your alarm an hour earlier than you normally would, and watch how much more peaceful your mornings will become and how they will be. Waking up early is the thing that is going to teach you discipline. It's that discipline that is eventually going to help you build that self-trust and that confidence in yourself of okay, if I can do this, then I can do this. And when you start having that extra time in the morning to do things it is that you want, you're going to go through your to-do list and your tasks. You are going to fly through them, because I noticed that a lot of the reasons why I wasn't getting certain things done is because I felt like I had no time in the day. So when I started making time for it and actually waking up a little bit earlier and sacrificing that and going to sleep earlier, it just completely changed my day. And just having this skill, being able to wake up early and start your day off on this tone and on this good foot, is a skill that I feel like a lot of us should start to build, especially when you are younger. Obviously the better, but it is a skill that you are going to want to have for the rest of your life. Number 2, this is a tip that I absolutely love, is prepare for opportunities before they arrive. You are never going to be ready if you are not doing the things it is right now that you should be. So for example, if you want to run a marathon, you need to be preparing right now as if you are going to be running that marathon tomorrow. You got to wake up early. You have to figure out like, what are the days that you're going to wake up early, or what are the days that you're going to plan to train, to run? Are you going to get a running partner? Like, you need to start preparing for the things it is that you want as if they are literally going to happen tomorrow. That is why people say step into that dream life or that dream person it is that you want to be in the future, but start being that person today. So when I think of the girl it is that I want to be in the future, I'm like, what do I have to do today to start acting like that person? And slowly you're going to realize like things are going to start adding up and things are going to start aligning as you start to step into that person and that life way more. So update certain things in your life, whether it is your resume or maybe you have a business and you need to update your pitch deck. Like, even if no one is asking or looking for these things, update your portfolio and don't just get ready. You want to always stay ready and be ready. So when opportunities come, you already know what you're going to be doing. Also, if you ever have free time, try to learn new skills and new things that are going to align with where it is that you are going. AI is a really big thing that obviously everybody is talking about, and it is slowly taking over whether we want it or not. And AI is something that I feel like a lot of us should start learning about now, because it just seems like it's only going to get bigger and bigger in the future. So that's something that I want to start putting a little bit of my free time into, is maybe taking some courses on it or listening to more YouTube videos or podcast episodes about it, because it's just becoming a lot more prevalent in our lives. So try to find these new skills that is that you want to learn about. Try to find new topics it is that are interesting to you, or things that may benefit you in the future, because if you learn about it now, then when that topic comes up later down the road, you're already going to be like, hey, I learned about that here, or this is something that I know about this that I learned maybe from a podcast episode or a YouTube video. And the more prepared you are, the easier it is going to be for you to say yes when certain opportunities arise. When I was starting to get different opportunities as a content creator and as a business owner, I was really scared. I didn't know what to do. I was kind of just like, how do I go about this? Like, for example, speaking opportunities and panels. When I decided I wanted to be a content creator, I never thought that I was going to get opportunities to start to speak at panels and start to go to events where I'm in the front and I'm talking about social media and content creation and influencing. But when I said yes the first time, I was like, this is something that I feel like is going to help me later down the road. Being able to be confident in public speaking or speaking in front of large crowds of people or an audience or whoever it is, like, that is a skill that I was like, I want to get better at this, and it is something that I know is going to help me later down the road. So when I said yes to that first opportunity, more and more of those started coming, because imagine I would have said no, I would have never learned how to speak in front of certain people and how to talk or be in different environments. Like, when I said yes to that, it opened up a million more doors for me. So now I'm not just a content creator. Now I am someone that can speak at panels and different events and all these kinds of things, but it's because I said yes, and now a million other things have opened up because of that. So when you are constantly preparing, when you're saying yes, when you're ready for these opportunities as they come, it is going to slowly make you not only a better person in whatever it is that you want to do, but you are really going to start to upgrade and excel in those different categories. Like, for example, for me, I was never the best at speaking or public speaking. I hated having to raise my hand in class or to present things. And now if I could tell my younger self, like, this is what you do now sometimes, I don't think she would have believed me. But success loves preparation. So keep doing what it is that you're doing. Keep building in private, keep building in public as well, but keep showing up for yourself in private, even when no one sees what it is that is going on in your day-to-day life, because you never know when something may come up in the future and you're going to be ready for it. Number 3 is create structure that supports your ambition. So this is a little bit like what I mentioned previously, showing up as the person it is that you want to be in the future starting today. And being early is a lifestyle. being early on whatever it is that you want to do, like it really thrives on systems and routines and how you show up and what it is that you do every day. We all know that person that's like, I don't know how there's not enough hours in the day to get this done. I don't have enough time to do this. Like there are those people that we know who probably want to do a million different things and are always saying, oh, I'm going to do it tomorrow. Oh, I'll do it this day. I'll start next week, whatever. Schedule your week like the person it is that you want to be in the future. If there is a business that you want to start, if you want to be a content creator, if you want to be an athlete, if you want to be a runner, like whatever it is that you want to do, whatever that big goal in the end it is that you want to accomplish, you need to start scheduling out your weeks as if you already are that person. So book the workout classes in advance, figure out the books that you're going to read this week, lay out your outfit the night before. Like you need to make every single hour of your day really intentional. When you're planning things last minute, when you're not having things ready ahead of time or not even knowing what your day is going to look like, you are going to procrastinate more and you're going to waste more time. So in order to actually be the girl or the guy that is organized and has their day planned out, you can do this through planners or digital tools or even time blockers to stay organized. And I personally love using Asana. It is one of my favorite ways to just streamline all the things it is that I have to do. And I literally make a day schedule for myself every single day. And I even plan it on the weekends as well. And I just write out the night before all it is that I have to do the next day. And I break down my day into 3 different sections: morning, afternoon, evening. And then I literally hour by hour or by different like chunks of hours, I will write out what it is that I have to do. So tomorrow I'm going to wake up at 5 and I want to be at the gym by 5:30. I want to be out of the gym by 6:30. I want to be back home, showered, have my breakfast and all of those things by at least 8 o'clock. And it's like by giving myself that structure, I am telling myself like this is what my day is going to look like. And then throughout the rest of the day, I just plan out all the things that it is that I have to do, meetings and all of those kinds of things. But this is what helps me take charge of the day. This is what has helped me get so much done and helps me balance a million different things all at once. Because when you have this morning structure, you're building mental clarity. You know what it is that you are doing. You're not confused. You're not stressed. And because everything is already planned out and assessed, you already know what it is that you're going to be doing. Because of this, your day is also going to start off feeling way more grounded. You're not going to be rushed. Like my biggest pet peeve is honestly having to rush to get ready or do something. I personally am always ready, and even if I have to rush, I can still get ready pretty fast. But I obviously like to take my time to do things, and I know life is going to have its moments where unplanned things are going to happen. But if you can at least try to somewhat be prepared for things, that is going to take away one less stressful thing off of your plate. So by having these routines and these systems laid out, it's going to remove that decision fatigue, and you're not going to waste time trying to figure out like what it is that I'm going to do because everything is already planned out for you. So that is just one of the biggest things and the biggest tips that I will always just hammer down. Create structure, create routines that are going to support what it is that you want to do and who it is that you want to be in the future. Because all of those things start now. Those habits, those things, it literally starts with how you show up today and tomorrow and the day after that. So literally just start now. Number 4 is learn to love the waiting season. This is an era and this is a time in our lives where we may struggle the most. When we're in that waiting season, we don't know how long it's going to take for the thing it is that we want to finally kick off and to finally happen. Just because you're not seeing something physically happening, or just because you don't see it happening the minute you wanted to, does not mean that things are not happening in the back end for it. It doesn't mean that you are not succeeding. When I was first starting out on TikTok and social media, I did not blow up the minute that I posted my first video. I was like, I know that this is going to be a trust the process kind of thing. And now 5 years later, I can confidently say that I am so glad I trusted the process because I've gotten access to so many cool opportunities. I've met such amazing people. I've built such amazing relationships in this world. And it's because of a decision that I made when I was a senior in high school to want to start posting on social media consistently. I didn't rush the process. I knew it was going to take a while. And all of this early work that I put in those early days compounded. Even when I wasn't seeing it, even when the results were not visible, even when I couldn't see it eye to eye, I was like, I'm going to trust this process. And all of the work that I've been doing all of these years, all the videos that I've posted every day, the emails that I would send to brands, all of the work that I was putting in on the days or the times where nobody was seeing it, eventually compounded and got me to now where I am today. And that's why every day I'm still showing up and I'm still doing the things it is that I want to do, because I know in the future for my business and and Valdez Agency and whatever else it is that I want to do, all the things I'm doing right now are also going to compound for that. And I don't know when I'm going to see those results. I don't know when I'm going to see that success. It could be 3, 5, 10 years from now, but I am still willing to put in the work and to wait because I know eventually it is going to happen. So trust that the preparation season is planting everything it is that you are going to need later. My sister always tells me this quote, which is like a tree, when you first plant it and it's that tiny seed, it is not going to grow and be that big tall tree overnight. It's going to take literally years, probably even decades, to get to being that really, really big tree it is that we see. And so she always reminds me, she's like, you are just in the harvest season right now where the seeds are still being planted and you're kind of just slowly starting to sprout out of the ground. You're not that really big tall tree yet. So just keep doing what it is that you're doing. Don't get lost in the planning and the preparation stage for too long, because you also want to be taking action. And it's not about this when will it happen. It's more about how am I preparing for when it does happen. So if you want to be a really big YouTuber or a content creator or a business owner, what are you doing today to prepare for when eventually those things do happen, for when you get the 1 million subscribers, for when you get the 7-figure business, whatever it is that you want to do. Like, it really isn't about when is this moment going to happen? When is this big thing finally going to come true for me? You have to be prepared for when that day comes. Your consistency, when you are doing it silently, when you're doing it privately, when no one sees it, that is the thing that is going to make you unstoppable. That is the thing that nobody can take away from you. No one can take away how you show up, how consistent you are, how you step into your life every single day, your confidence, your mindset. Like, those are all things that belong to you, and you can make it so strong and you can make yourself unshakable when you have that foundation of, you know what it is that you're doing and you're showing up every single day. And when you continue to do that every single day, it doesn't matter how long, one day it's going to eventually align and everything is going to come true. The last and final tip is be early in your mindset, not just in your schedule. So stop telling yourself these excuses of next year or tomorrow or the day after that or next week or when I'm finally ready. Now is the time to start pursuing whatever it is that you want, because life is short and it is going to pass us by like this. So we need to just get on whatever it is that we want to do and start today. When I decided that I wanted to be a content creator, I'm like, I'm going to literally pull out a bunch of shoe boxes from my closet because I can't afford a tripod. I'm going to stack them up and I'm going to put my phone right on top of it until it's tall enough, and I'm going to film an outfit of the day video. I'm going to use my phone the next time I'm commuting into New York to go to college, and I'm going to start filming a vlog on the train, getting to school, filming some stuff in the hallways. Like, I was just like, I'm going to start. It doesn't matter how bad or how crappy the quality is going to look or if someone's going to make fun of me. I'm literally just going to do it because the time is now. So visualize, where is it that you want to be, and start acting like that version of yourself today. Start showing up like that person literally today, right after this episode. When you're done watching it, write down, like, who is it that you want to be? Where is it that you want to go? And what do you have to start doing now to start showing up as that person? Speak like that person. Plan out your schedule and your day like that person. Move like opportunities are already yours, because that energy is what is going to attract that alignment. That is what is going to attract all the things it is that you want to accomplish. When I realized I wanted to be a business owner and I wanted to start taking that seriously, I was like, I need to move all of my content from the way that it was in college to now being the person it is that I want to be in the future. I want to do more business day in the life vlogs, what it's like to build a $1 million company when you're in your early 20s, like the person it is that I want to be. I am showing up as that girl now, and I'm reflecting that in my content, because I know that eventually when it does happen, no one is going to be like, we didn't think it was going to happen, because she was already showing up like this. Same thing with me wanting to be on Forbes Under 30. I put it out there. I put it out in my videos. And because of that, people now know that when this eventually does happen, they're going to be like, she's been posting about it. She's been talking about it because she's been putting this energy out there. So when your mindset really aligns with your action and it aligns with what it is that you're doing every single day, the reality of what you want is eventually going to catch up to you. Like, whatever it is that you want to accomplish, it is eventually going to happen. The only thing is that we don't know when, we don't know how, we don't know the timeline of what that is going to be like. And I have a really great example of something that actually happened over the summer. One of my biggest goals was to be featured in Forbes. That is just a business goal that I've always had. I've also always wanted to be an entrepreneur magazine and all these other different magazines. But Forbes was one of the top ones that I wanted to be in. in. And over the summer, I got an opportunity from my city to ask me I got an opportunity from the city that I live in. They asked me if I wanted to host a social media summer camp. I have never hosted a program before, let alone a program for 2 weeks every single day for kids in middle school and high school. But I said yes because I was like, you know what, this could be an amazing opportunity. And I think that this could be really great, not just for me, obviously, but also for the kids, and to get brands involved and make it a really cool opportunity. And because I said yes to this and because I made this happen, I was like, I feel like getting press for this opportunity and reaching out to some news outlets would be really cool. Maybe someone wants to cover the fact that I am a content creator also hosting a social media summer camp. So I reached out to a bunch of journalists, and somebody from Forbes ended up getting back to me literally maybe 2 hours after I sent the email. And she was like, this is one of the most unique ideas that I've been pitched in a very long time. Let's talk. Let's set up a meeting. I would love to give the Forbes readers some more insight on this. And because of a random opportunity that I was told to do by my city, that ended up getting me the opportunity to be featured in Forbes, which was one of my business goals that I've been wanting to accomplish for such a long time. You never know when certain things are going to line up with other things. I never thought that my first feature in Forbes was going to be my social media summer camp. I never even thought that I would host a social media summer camp, but it's a perfect example of say yes to certain opportunities, say yes to things, because you never know if later down the road that can lead you to accomplishing something else it is that you have maybe had in the back of your mind that you didn't think would happen the way that it did. So that was just like a perfect example of something that I've always wanted to happen that did happen, but in a way that I did not expect. So just be early with what it is that you're doing. And when you have this mindset locked in of you know what you want and you know how you have to show up, just start acting like that person today. Start doing it in your routine, the way that you show up every day, because I promise you that reality is eventually going to catch up. Thanks for tuning in to Booked, Busy, and Building, where we keep it real, stay growing, and are always showing up for ourselves. Remember that you're not behind, you're in the middle of becoming, so keep building what matters, and the life you want is already yours. And until next time, stay booked, stay busy, and keep building.